Welcome to the mystery of life.
I went into this little isolation room, and lying over in the bed with the sheet pulled up over its head was this body. I realized it was me because I recognized my fraternity ring, and it even had a chip on the black onyx because it was a Phi Gamma fraternity ring, and there wasn't any mistake. And I am utterly petrified. My massive denial has broken down. I suddenly realized that that body is dead. And I'm too young to die. I'm only 20 years of age. And then all of a sudden, I thought the light at the head end of the room was getting brighter, but it was growing in an intensity of light to where if you turned on 1,000,000 welders' lights, you'd have some idea of the intensity. Three things happened at the exact same moment. Something deep inside of my spiritual being, not the corpse lying over in the bed, said, "Stand up, you're in the presence of the Son of God." At that exact same instant, out of this brilliant light stepped the most amazing being I have ever met, and those hospital walls virtually disappeared. I saw every single minute detail of my life, everything I had ever done in public and private, from saying my own cesarean section birth to my 20th year when I was pronounced dead. And he threw a question, what had I done with my life? And I thought, well, I'm an Eagle Scout. Immediately he shot back, that glorified you. And the same question again, what have you done with your life? Now, all there in that realm, there is no such thing as hypocrisy, because one of the first things that you become aware of is that the other being is totally aware of what you think, so you can't think one thing and say another. There's no such thing as misunderstanding what he meant. And yet, here was a being that knew everything about me, and he totally accepted me, and he totally loved me. Now, that blew my mind. The next thing that took place was that Christ motioned for me to come over close to him. Now, you can well imagine by this time, I really do think that I've seen everything, but I'm finding out this is just the beginning, because suddenly he's opening up another realm to me. Now, I wanted to stay there, but then I suddenly realized that the Christ was pulling me away and that we were heading back into this isolated room in Camp Barkley Station Hospital outside of Abilene.
I heard a voice. And it said, "Is this what you really want?" And I looked to see where the voice was coming from.
The words had come from above.
I could see a pinpoint of light that looked just like a little star. And it grew in intensity and came toward me very quickly.
But the light wasn't a star. It was a being who was made of light.
And as he approached, I realized that this was God. I didn't have to be told. It was like the universe reverberated his name. And then he said, "You can't take your life. It's not yours to take. And life is supposed to be hard. You have to pass through these things. All of us have done this." And I was filled as he spoke to me with understanding about the purpose of life and what we're doing here and how important it is to think about how you treat other people.
Near-death experiences, I can't judge it one way or another. Everyone has their own experience. I do believe that we as human beings are so powerful that we can create our own realities. So if someone is near death or is even considered clinically dead, they may experience something that makes sense to them. So if you grew up in a certain belief system or religion, you may experience something that represents that system. So whatever's happening to you would make sense to you. Now, there are reports of people completely turning their lives around after having a near death experience, even after saying stuff like they don't believe in this hokey pokey stuff. They don't believe in God or spirit, never mind coming back from the dead. But after it happens to them, their life completely changed. They love more. They value different things now. They don't worry as much. They forgive easier. So, what happened? You or I don't know what was secretly kept in their heart. Were they happy or unhappy? What did they experience that made them change? If people knew that death is nothing to be afraid of, then why do they come back more loving? Why don't they ever come back and be a worse person than they were before? Or is it that it does happen, but we never hear about it? Like, hey, Jim, you came back from the dead. Tell us how you went on your killing spree. If everyone upon death is filled with love, your pain is taken away, you see your life played in a movie before you, you see how your actions affected other people, and you're given another chance to live. If you knew this would happen, why would you worry about dying? It's like a cleansing mechanism that lets you see your own bullshit. What is it about a near death experience that makes you feel you have a mission to fulfill? Were you missing something in life that you know you should have accomplished? These are great mysteries in my book.